This is Thursday morning. I don't know, yogalates kind of combo here. We're going to start Shavasana sitting on our heels on a block, actually. Everybody mute. Yoga mute. All right, so come into this comfortable seat and close your eyes. Place your hands where they feel comfortable. That could be anywhere for you. Gaze down to the tip of your nose. Press the top of the foot and, well, maybe not the shin so much, but the top of the foot and your toenails towards the floor. Just a little activation into the shin. And we will be moving in and out of yoga, Pilates, core movements, with the bulk of it being probably yoga oriented. So having said that, set an intention for your morning on your mat. It could be a thought, a sound, a desire, a wish, a mantra. And then take your hands into a prayer at the heart center. Touch the thumbs to the heart and gaze down towards the tip of your nose and gently tuck your chin towards your chest. Not too extreme. As you do that, press the shoulders down, lift the heart up. So that intention that you just focused on, take it now to the space between the two brows, the third eye, the thumbs touching the space right there in the center of your forehead. Intuition, vision, knowledge. And then take the hands to the top of the head, resting just gently above the crown of your head, pressing the palms evenly into each other. Spread your fingers a little bit wider than you might have had them in the beginning. And then take the heels of your hands, your first finger and your pinky finger, and open them up into a lotus. So spread your fingers broad. Give your fingers a little exercise this morning. It's one of the parts we neglect a lot, fingers and toes. And then keeping your hands in this lotus position, just open your arms to the sky, reach them up. Your hands may be in front of your face if your shoulders are tight, and that's cool. Look up towards your lotus. And as they say, no mud, no lotus. Rise up out of the mud, beautiful like a lotus flower. Spread your fingers wide and open your arms out to the side. Draw your shoulders down and together, and as you exhale, let the fingers float to the floor. Drop the chin back to the chest, and bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Take the right hand and gently guide the ear to the shoulder. Walk your fingers out to the side. So a lot of times when we do a lot of that upper body, shoulder exercising, we get very tight in the traps. Bring your chin down to your chest. We tend to carry a lot of our weight and our tension in our neck and shoulders. So it's always nice to take a little stretch in the morning or any time of day. Gently release your right hand, bring the chin to the chest, and roll your left ear to your left shoulder. Take your left hand, gently guide the ear to the shoulder. Walk your right fingertips out. Feel the stretch all the way from the ear, maybe even down the side of the arm. And then tuck the chin towards the collarbones. And then release your hand, bring your chin to the chest one more time. Inhale, stretch the arms all the way up overhead. Interlace your fingers, turn the palms inside out. Press the palms to the sky. Bring the ribs down towards the hips, tailbone tucks under. Lift your eye, gaze up, inhale. As you exhale, round your spine, pull your belly in, push your palms to the front of the mat. Scoop out your belly like a giant letter C. Keeping your hands connected, bring your hands to the floor. And lift your hips up off your heels or off the block. We'll move the block in a second. But before we do, just press your ankles around it. So just hug into the block, activating some of the muscles on the inside of the leg. And feel your pelvic muscles pull up and in. Dip your belly and arch your back. Stay here for your cat-cows. Exhale, round and curl your chin, or your spine, chin to your chest. Push the hands against the floor, spread the upper shoulders. Now inhale, as you arch your back, lift your heels with the block between your legs. Exhale, release the block, chin to chest, hang your head down, tuck the tailbone underneath you. So as you do that, press the hands into the floor and spread your upper shoulders. Inhale, arch your back, dip your belly, curl the foot with a block between it towards your heels, a hamstring. Nice job. Exhale, round and curl, pull the belly up and in. Excuse me. And inhale one more time, lifting up the heels. Feel the activation of the hamstring muscles, back of the legs. And then release the block, come to neutral with your spine. Take your hands apart, fingers point forward. Move the block off to the side. Just bring it off to either side of your mat. There's a good chance you'll be using it again. And then walk your hands forward and walk your knees back. Keep your hips in the air and drop your chin and chest to the floor. So again, we get really tight in our shoulders, our chest, our neck area from all of our strength training and even our yoga Pilates movements. Inhale, push a little bit further forward with your hands and further back with your hips, but we're not going into child's pose here. Take a breath here, walk your hands to the right side, left hand on top or longer than right. Hips are still high in the sky. Take your right arm underneath your left arm, flip the palm up to the sky, take the back of the head towards the mat, and just look under your left arm, breathe. Inhale, lift your head, walk the arms back to the right side. Come back to the center, over to the other side, right hand on top of left hip, stay up. So nice stretch down the right side of the body. Take your left arm and place it underneath the right, palm facing up. Maybe the back of your head drops to the floor if that's accessible to you. Inhale, bring the left arm back to meet the right. As you exhale, settle in one more breath. And then inhale, the hands walk forward. Come forward onto your forearms and lay your belly down on the mat. Sphinx pose. Pressing just above the pubic bone, just below the hip bones. So draw your elbows together. In fact, if you want it, you can have the block between your arms. That's about where it'll go. Thumbs up to the sky. Squeeze your elbows together. Squeeze your elbows towards your chest towards your hands. And pushing down through the pubic bone, push the top of the foot and thigh into the floor. Inhale, lift your right heel up. Kick it to your butt 3 times and then release it, point the toe down. Same thing left side. Kick, 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 and then release it. Right foot, kick, 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 and release it. If this is too extreme for your back, by being up on your forearms, come down a little bit lower. Let's do one more time each side. Kick, 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 point and release. Left side, kick, 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 point and release. And then come down. If you have a block, again, move it out or put your forehead on it. And let your body come down, head on the forearms, on the top of your hands. And then shimmy your hips from side to side just to release any tension in the neck. On the next inhaling breath, bring your hands back by your chest, elbows hug into the sides. Inhale, lift your chest up just enough to feel, and then push back to your child's pose, true child's pose extended version. So the arms are all the way out in front of you, the hips are all the way back. The knees are as wide as they need to be. Spread your fingers, your palms. Press the shoulders from side to side, open from waist to waist, open from hip to hip. Inhale, come to your hands and knees, tuck your toes underneath you. Hover your knees off the mat, just an inch, maybe less, maybe more. Pull the belly up and in. Press through the heel of your hands, stay breathing. Beautiful, guys, looking good. Now keep the knees bent as you bring your chest toward your thighs. Maybe you're still shimmering, hovering. I don't know where shimmering came from. Maybe you're still hovering off the floor with your, I gotta make you brighter, good. With your knees. One more breath and it will take you into your downward facing dog. When you get into your downward facing dog, just like every other pose, you know, we're not always perfectly placed. So make the adjustments you need. Most of you, at least on my Zoom, are experienced in this, so you kind of know where your body needs to go. Rise high up onto your tippy toes, pull your knees up, and then draw your heels to the right side, press your chest, stay center with your torso. So while the hips are moving to one side, the chest and torso stay centered. Inhale, rise up on your toes and move to the other side, chest to the thighs. Inhale, high up on your tippy toes. Separate your feet the width of your mat, so the pinky edges are on the edges of your mat, chest to your thighs. Walk your hands back to your feet, back to the mat. Forward fold with a wide leg. Grab opposite elbows and just hang your body weight downward. Head, torso, arms. Soften the knees, especially if you're kind of just rolled out of bed and down on your mat. And so many of us do that. Switch the cross of the arms. I'm swaying a little bit. You can sway or you can stay steady, whatever's really working for your body this morning. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday, and we certainly don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. Release your arms and take them behind your back. Interlace your fingers, palms together, knuckles away from the head, head down. Inhale, rise up halfway. Keep your arms in line with your spine as best as possible. Bend your knees even more, and then just come into this hovering squat. Kind of a chair pose. Press through the bottoms of your feet. Feel all the toes pressing down, and then rise to stand and pull it back into a small back bend. Lift your chest up. Inhale, release your arms, take them overhead. Exhale, press the palms back to the sky, lean to your right side, just take a side bend. Inhale, back to center, exhale up and over to the other side. Remember, spine is meant to move in 6 directions. We will cover all of them during this class. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, bend your arms, bend your knees, come back to that tabletop. Arms are parallel to the floor. Squeeze the shoulders together. And then reach the arms in front of you like you're grabbing a gift from me. And it's the gift of yoga and Pilates and core and fitness. And then stretch your arms back, kind of goalposty, but not arms up, palms parallel to the floor. And then rise to stand, bring it all the way up overhead. Exhale, bend the elbows, squat down into that nice parallel squat. Then turn your torso down so the palms come down. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then reach out for that gift. It's about the width of your block. This time lower the hands to the floor. Straighten the legs. Lengthen your spine, rise on your fingertips, shins, or on a block. Exhale, fold your body in half. So wider legs is going to give us a little bit more depth, a little bit more space. So anytime during the class, you go into wider or closer legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Walk your arms out 1 arm's length away. You're on your fingertips. Weight back to your heels, biceps by the ears. Inhale, look forward, walk your hands, another hands width apart or hands length. Maybe the feet are still on the floor, perhaps they're not. Inhale, walk your hands forward again. Some of you will already be in your down dog with a wide leg. Some of you are still going to have some more walking to do, so go ahead and walk until you find your downward facing dog. Chest towards your thighs, your legs are wide. Inhale onto your tippy toes and come to your high plank. So adjust anything you have to adjust here. Shoulders over, wrist, belly is lifted, knees are lifted. As you exhale, hips come back up. Right arm to left ankle. Pull the hips towards midline. Inhale to high plank. Both hands on the floor, unless you'd like to do a 3-legged. Exhale, left hand, right ankle, which I actually had to do yesterday, and I did not love it, I have to admit. Inhale back to high plank. One more time. Hips come in the air. Downward dog. Right arm to left ankle, foot or shin, anything but your knees. Hug your hips towards midline. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, other side. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, knees to floor, child's pose, touch your toes. Inhale to high knees and tabletop. Right toes step behind you, tuck the toes underneath you. Lift the right leg off the floor, bend the knee, flex the foot. Lift it a little higher. Try not to adjust your body to the side. I'm gonna sneeze, guys, I'm sorry. My allergies have been awful this week. Excuse me. Just hold the glutes nice and tight. Round and curl, pull your knee to your chest, really round that spine. Kick your heel up to your buttocks, activate the hamstrings, which we've been doing in this class. And then bring it back, flex the foot towards the sky. Don't go too high or it goes into your back. Exhale, round and curl, pull the knee into the chest, round and curl. Look between your hands and bring your right foot in between your hands. Bring your hands on either side of the foot, arm blocks. Lengthen your spine. Make sure you're not directly on top of your left kneecap, right, your patella. So you want to have a little bit of a forward leaning there, but your right foot should be fully on the floor. Tuck your left toes underneath you. Lift the left knee up off the floor without lifting the hips up. And then just let the left knee come back down to the floor without any other accessory movement, right, or too much. Lift the knee up, hold it up. Exhale, bring it down. Good. So try to do that without lifting your hips up one more time. Lift up into your low lunge. Pull that knee up nice and straight. Pull that heel back, right knee over the ankle. As you exhale, lower your left knee. Bring your right knee back to meet it. Sit in child's pose really quickly, just for the breath. And then we come back up on our inhaling breath. Left toes tucked behind you. Square off your shoulders and your hips. Lift the left leg off the floor, bend the knee, flex the foot. So get it into your glutes, not your back. Make sure that you're not collapsing through your mid-belly. Exhale, knee to chest, round and curl. Kick the heel to the buttocks as well. Inhale, kick it back up in the air. Exhale, round and curl. Pull it all the way in. Step it through between your hands. Adjust yourself so you're not sitting directly on top of your right knee. Hands on either side of your foot, your left foot. Good. Just settle in for a moment. Release some of the hip flexor action and tightness. Tuck the right toes underneath you. Without lifting your hips, so this would be lifting your hips, right? Without lifting your hips, think about pulling the knee up and the heel back. Keep your hips squared. Good. It should feel strong and powerful, yet doable. Lower the right knee to the floor. Exhale. Lift the knee up off the floor. Hug your hips towards midline. Release it down one more time. Exhale. Lift up. This time I want you to step right foot forward to left foot, top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Separate your feet with two fists in between. Hang your head down. Sway a little side to side. Bring your chin into your chest, and like a rag doll, roll to stand up. Roll your shoulders back and around a couple times. Bring your feet together. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring prayer to the heart, bend your knees. Inhale, stretch the arms all the way up. Exhale, bend your knees, hands to prayer. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Now let's add on. Inhale, bring the arms up, bring the right leg up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Stay balanced. Work that left hip in towards the right. Flex and point through the right foot. Roll through the ankle. And just breathe. Right foot down. As you exhale, bring the arms down to the floor. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, bend your knees, hands to heart. Inhale, lift your left leg up, balance. Bring your hands to your heart if you'd like. Flex and point, roll through the ankle. Just get a little action in the foot. Lower the foot to the floor, lower the arms by your side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, chair pose. Inhale, reach up, right leg up, balance. Right leg extends out. Right knee bends. Hands to prayer chair. Inhale, left leg up, arms up. Exhale, extend left leg. I know I changed my arms. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Come back one more time each side. Inhale, arms up, leg up. Keep the arms up, Debbie. Right leg extends. Right knee in. Right leg extends behind you. Inhale, knees to chest, knee to chest. Exhale, sit. Inhale, left knee up. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend and tilt forward as the leg goes behind you. The arms don't have to stay out in front of you. Inhale, knee to chest, come into chair pose, exhale. Sit your weight back into your heels. Lift your chest up. Inhale, stretch your arms all the way up by your ears. Weight back, can you see your toes? As you exhale, fold over your legs and straighten them. Straighten them to the best of your ability. Hang head. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step to a high plank, whichever foot or jump. Hold your plank. Maybe you lower to your belly for your first one, to your knees for your first one, or you come down Chaturanga Dandasana. Roll off your toes, lift your heart. So from here you can take handstands, crows, push-ups, no push-ups, downward dog, remeet. So I want you to make it your own today. It's Thursday, we passed the hump. We're on the downside of it, we're near the weekend. Bring your feet together. Right leg up. Right knee to chest, round and curl. Kick the heel to the buttocks. Bring your body into plank. Inhale, kick it up. Exhale, knee to chest, round and curl, heel to buttocks. Inhale, kick it up. Exhale, knee to chest, round and curl. Step the right foot between your two hands. Hands on either side of the foot or blocks. Left toes turn outward about 45 degrees, maybe not that much. Heel to heel instep, that right hip wants to turn out, so draw it back to center. Hover your fingertips off the floor. Good, so fire up your glutes. Put your back heel down for warrior one. As you rise up, keep your arms by your side. Lift just your torso. Adjust it so that the torso turns more than the hips are gonna turn. Bring the arms over your head wherever they go. My TRX strap is going to help me. And then hold here. My hands touch, but you don't have to. Work again at getting your hips and shoulders squared. How's that back leg? Pinky toe to the floor. Nice and strong. Now right knee bends. Breathe in and breathe out. Bring your ribs down towards your hips, belly towards your spine. One more breath, everybody. Exhale, the hands come to the floor. Turn your back foot forward, lower for a moment, and step back just to your high plank. Breathe. Inhale. Then bend your elbows, come halfway down. Your choice. More push-ups, no push-ups. Go right to down dog or child's pose. Take your time, don't be in a rush. Left leg in the air. Left knee to your chest, round and curl. Heel to buttocks, come into your plank, pull everything upward. Inhale, kick that leg back in the air. Exhale, round and curl, chin to chest, pull the heel to the buttocks. Inhale, kick it up. As you exhale this one, find that strength and energy and step it through. Hands on either side of the foot. Turn your back foot on its side, heel to heel or heel to instep alignment, or perhaps even wider. Hands on block or floor, just hover your fingertips for a moment. And as soon as the hovering happens, things start to go on in this lower part of our body, right? We have to activate certain muscles to help us stay there and stand up. So rise your torso up without your arms coming. Make any adjustments you need to in your lower body and your upper body. Shoulders and hips face the front of your mat. And then bring the arms up. Wherever the arms go. Some of us will have the biceps by or behind the ears, palms together or palms apart. Try not to make this an excessive back bend, but try to bring ribs and hips together. Lift out of your pelvic floor or out of your pelvis. Breathe in, warrior one. Inhale. And exhale one more time. Repeat, repeat. Release the breath, release the hands. Turn your back foot forward, stay for a moment, hang out. And then step back to a high plank, stay here for the moment. And you choose if you want to take a vinyasa, or you want to skip it, or you want to add push-ups, or just go to child's pose. Hips up in the air, nice and strong. Breathe in, breathe out. Rise up onto your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Make your way to the top of the mat, your way, halfway lift, inhale. Fold as you exhale, let it go. Bring your feet together or apart, bend your knees, chair pose, Utkatasana. Weight back in your heels. Press down through your feet, rise up to stand, and bring prayer to the heart center. Arms by your side. Surya Namaskar B, Sun Salutation B. Bend your knees, sweep the floor. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold your body in half. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, make your way back through plank, through chaturanga, upward and downward facing dogs. Again, some of you might want to go through a handstand, through a crow pose to get here. I encourage you to do you. Right foot forward, left foot turns. Rise up, warrior one. Take your time, feel the breath. And then empty the breath right into that chaturanga. So as the hands touch down, the leg steps back. We're still exhaling here. Now we inhale back into upward dog. Exhale back into downward dog. Left leg steps forward, right foot turns on its side. Take your time, fill up with the breath all the way to the top. Then empty the breath all the way through chaturanga. It's slow, controlled, and deliberate. Inhale, your heart lifts. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. And exhale, spread shoulder to shoulder, rib to rib, hip to hip. Inhale. And exhale. Step your feet together once again, back of the mat. Right leg lifts up. Right knee to chest, round and curl. Come forward, heel to buttocks. Right leg back in the air. Right knee to right shoulder twist or tricep. Exhale, back up in the air. Exhale, left side, back up in the air. One more time through center, step it through. Spin the back foot, warrior one. Inhale all the way through that, rising up. Exhale, straighten your front leg and fold over, hands on blocks. Shorten your stance, whatever you have to do to own this pose, right? It's yours. Back leg is still slightly turned in. It might just be a shorter stance. Rise to your fingertips, inhale. Exhale, fold over your right shin. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, melt it down over your shin, right hip back. One more breath. If you change your leg stance, enlarge it back into your warrior one. So bend your front knee, rise up, warrior one, inhale. Now we're going to straighten the leg here, but we're going to turn both toes to the left side of the mat. Toes are slightly pigeoned. If you have a block, go ahead and grab it for a moment. So line up your feet so they're even, slightly pigeon-toed in. Take your block and bend your knees, come halfway down. Bend your knees enough. It doesn't have to be a squat. Just enough to release some of the tension from the back side of the body. Now place that block on your back. If you don't have a block, that's okay. I mean, you can put your tea set on there, but I probably wouldn't take that chance today. Now, we're going to bend the knees a little bit more, but we're going to keep our torso parallel. Reach your arms out in front of you. Breathe. I just want to watch you for a second. So your torso is parallel to the floor, or your good china set just fell off. Good. Now, reach your arms behind you. Take the block into either hand and bring it back out in front of you. So it's like we're sitting in a tug of war. Good, Michelle, right? So we're not going to let somebody pull us over. And then take your block behind your back. Reach both arms forward, tug of war, weight back in your heels while somebody tries to pull you forward. Take the block back. Take it in the opposite hand than you did before. Reach it out. Take it back behind you, place it on your back, and reach the arms out in front of you. Don't round your back, guys. Pull it nice and long. One more time. Take the block from behind you. Take it in the opposite hand if you remember which one it was. And then on both arms out in front of you. And then return it to your back. Reach the arms out in front of you. Last one, gang. Inhale, bring it back. Block out in front of you. Stay here. Sit a little lower. Don't get pulled over in this tug of war. There you go. And then place the block on the floor, straighten your legs, and fold over. Little core work. A little hand-eye coordination. Hang your head down. Walk to your right leg. 2 hands on the right ankle, shin, or foot. And just let your body surrender over. Good. Walk through center to the other side. Inhale back to center. Take your block and bring it back to the top of your mat. Spin your body forward. Step back to a high plank. You decide, do you want to take a vinyasa, a couple of extra push-ups? You want to skip the whole darn thing? Hips up in the air, downward facing dog. Settle in for a moment. And then bring your left leg in the air. Left knee to chest, rounded curl, heel to buttocks, so really kick and tighten that hamstring. Left leg up in the air. Exhale, left knee, left tricep, kick your heel to your butt. Inhale, lift it up in the air. Exhale, cross the body, same groove. Inhale, kick it up in the air. Exhale one more time through center, and then step that leg through. Spin your back foot for warrior one. Rise up on the breath. Fill it up, fill it up. Inhale. Exhale, bring ribs down towards hips, belly to spine. Inhale, straighten your front leg. And exhale, fold over it. Hands on blocks, shorten your stance. Work on keeping your weight evenly distributed front and back, and turning that back hip forward and that front hip back. Fold over your leg, let your head hang down. Inhale and exhale. Just settle in. Just settle in. Have no judgment on what you look like, what you're doing, what you think you should be doing. I love that you have 2 blocks, Joe. Great. Everybody should if they can. One more breath as you readjust your back foot if you moved it in. Bend your front knee. Flowers. Inhale, rise up. Good. Exhale, straighten here. And turn everything towards the right side. Arms out to the side. And fold over. Feel free to grab your block just to place it in the center this time. Rise up halfway, right in the camera. Good. Don't mind that. Come onto your block with your fingertips if you should want to. Take the right arm out to the side and then place it behind your back for a bind. It may get all the way to your left thigh. It may just get to your shirt or your back. Lengthen your spine, inhale. Then rotate without shifting your hips, so you may not get very far, and open up the right shoulder. Stay here. Or take your right arm up. Keep hugging that right hip towards the midline. So the temptation is to shoot that right hip out to the side. Right arm down to center. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Left arm out to the side. And then bring it behind your back. So just maybe it's even in a half prayer behind your back. Or maybe you grabbed all the way to that right thigh. Lengthen your spine, inhale. Exhale, twist to the left without shooting that left hip out to the side, or as little as you can. Stay here, or release the arm into a twist. Hug hips in midline. So again, the temptation is to shoot the hips off so we get a deeper twist, and there's nothing wrong with it. I do it all the time, but today we're going to work on keeping the hips square. As you exhale, hands on the block. Fold your body in half. Release the block, fingers to the floor. Bring your hands to your hips. Rise up to stand. Bring your arms all the way up. Exhale, come down, walk to the front of your mat, step back, take a vinyasa or skip, work it through, upward and downward facing dog. Hips up in the air. Breathe in. Walk your hands back to your feet, back of the mat. Climb to your fingertips, look halfway up. Exhale, fold, take your peace finger grip around your big toes. Thumb under the fingers, look forward, inhale. Exhale, elbows out to the side, hang your head down towards the floor. Send your weight a little bit forward. You might feel like you're falling a little bit forward, so don't go that far, but challenge yourself. See where you can go with this. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, hands to heart, rise up to stand. Heel toe your feet together. Inhale, the arms up overhead. Exhale, prayer to the heart, chair pose. Inhale, bring the arms up, leg up. Extend right leg forward, balance, breathe. Step forward on that right leg and charge your body forward, arms back. Heart lifts, belly drops. Breathe. Take off in flight. Inhale, left knee to the chest. Exhale, arms up, kick it out. Step down and charge your body forward. And then bring the arms behind you, hips squared. Inhale, bring your hands and knee back to chest. Down to the floor. Rise up with the left leg. Extend the leg out. Shoot it back. Dip your belly hard. Step back. Now listen. Bring the right knee to the chest. Extend it up. Exhale, sweep it back. So we should end up at the back of the mat. Step the right foot down, step the left leg back, knee to the chest. Any variation works. And put your feet down on the floor. Inhale, chair pose, arms up, hips back. Exhale, prayer to the heart. Left elbow outside right thigh, thumbs to heart. Squat down low enough that your knees can stay level. Lift your belly away from your thighs. Can you sit lower and back further? One more breath. Exhale, just fold over your legs, hang your head. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the other side. Right elbow outside left knee, drop your seat. The more you can sit down, the more level your hips will become. The more level your knees will stay. Lift your belly off your thighs. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. As you fold, release everything to the floor. Separate your feet 2 fists apart. Rise up to your fingertips or shins or blocks. Exhale, fold, and once again walk out to a downward facing dog. Hips up in the air. Inhale, rise up onto your toes for high plank. Stay in your high plank, breathe. Don't collapse your belly. Lift the belly up, lift the knees up, pull the shoulders open, collarbones spread towards the front of your mat. Exhale, down dog, hips up in the air. Inhale, high plank. Push the earth away with your hands, parallel your body to the floor. Exhale, hips in the air. This time as you come forward to plank, just step your right foot in between your 2 hands. Stay in the squared position, crescent lunge. Rise up. Arms up. Hands drop down to your heart center. Exhale. Bend your back knee a little bit, or a lot. And then straighten the back leg without lifting your hips, like we did from the floor up before. Inhale, tilt your hips or your torso forward. Rotate to the right side, left elbow outside right thigh. Good, so first find your placement, hug your hips towards midline. Second, maybe you drop the knee to the floor and lift it up again. And then you keep that action, that low hip. Bend the knee, straighten it. Bend the knee, straighten it, and hold into whatever position you want to stay in. Inhale, find a little bit more space to twist. One more breath. Exhale, hands to the floor. Straighten your leg and fold over. Everybody shift that back leg in a little bit closer now. Pull the right hip forward, right hip back, left hip forward. Rise up, lengthen, and then fold over your shin. Breathe in, breathe out. So we're working at squareness. We're putting the weight in both feet. Inhale and exhale. Walk your hands forward of your right leg, perhaps on a block. Rise up onto your back toes. Shift your weight forward. Lift the left leg in the air. Square it for a breath. And then spin it open to the left side, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon balance. Left arm up, left leg up. Spin your heart open. All your feet, all your toes are firmly grounded into the earth. Your left leg is in the air, or perhaps your right knee is on the floor. Even. Right hand on a block, right hand on the floor. Or maybe you want to hover that right hand today because you're feeling like you want the challenge. So see where you want to be. If you can, everybody bend the left knee. Kick your heel to your butt. Don't grab it, just kick it. And then extend it a couple times. Let's do that a couple more times. Kick your heel to your butt. Point open out. Flex, bring it in. Point open out. Ardha Chandrasana. Little tiny pulse in that left hip. Up and down for 8, 7, 6. Left leg goes up and down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now hold your Ardha Chandrasana, that balancing pose. Exhale. Lower your left hand, square your hips. Left knee to chest, round and curl. Kick the heel to the buttocks. Exhale, extend it back to low lunge. Take your way to a downward dog. Now choose to get there how your body wants to get there today. Don't let your mind carry over to say, I've got to do a vinyasa, I've got to do a push-up, I've got to do 10 push-ups. Let your body tell you where it needs to be today. Inhale. High up on your toes, pull the knees up. Exhale, high plank, resist the earth, crown of the head forward. Inhale, exhale, downward dog. Inhale on your toes, high plank. Exhale while you're there. Inhale, exhale, back to down dog. Inhale. Good, step your left foot forward as you exhale. Square off your hips and come up into your crescent. Arms up. Drop your hips low. Good, breathe. Bend your back knee. Straighten it out. Yeah. And then bring it down and up. A couple times. Hold on. Exhale, release your hands, straighten front leg. Bring the back foot in a little bit closer. How much you need is yours. Working on squaring off the hips as best you can. Left hip back, right hip forward. Breathe in. And exhale, fold over your leg. Breathe. Just settle into this. Notice the subtle nuances of what happens in our body, right? Where we send the weight, what we're accommodating. Perhaps, one side is tighter than the other, so we send the weight into another muscle to accommodate for it, which is not always the best thing to do, right? One more breath, everybody. Inhale, look forward, walk your hands forward. Start to shift your weight into your left leg and your left hand as you spin the right arm and right hip open. So you can always be, right hand. You can always be on your knee. You can always stay in this pose. Maybe today's the day you want to hover your left hand and find that subtle balance. Inhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. Now, flex your right foot, bring your heel to your buttocks, and then point your toe and extend. Do that 2 more times. Just kick your heel. We've been working with hamstrings today. 1 more time. Hold the right leg out and little pulses here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold your Ardha Chandrasana pose. You know that balancing half moon pose. As you exhale, the right hand comes down. Square it off, knee to chest, round and curl, and then step it back to a low lunge. Just nice low lunge. And then make your way through vinyasa to downward dog. We'll all meet in downward dog. Exhale and inhale. Good. Now, however you get yourself to the front of your mat, sitting on your butt is working for me. Doesn't matter if you bring your knees down, you jump through, you flow through. But if you have a block or a ball, take it between your knees when you get there. Good. All right. So the block can be, whatever way kind of satisfies you. And as we move through the next couple of movements, you may have to adjust the block. So just make it so that your knees can squeeze into it and it's not going to fall out, right? Because that would be bad. All right, hands underneath your thighs just to lift you up a little bit. So you should be in the front of your sitting bones. Inhale, tall. Exhale, bring your chin to your chest, round and curl your spine. Pull your belly in and don't go too far. Just go far enough where you start to feel some tension. Relax the shoulders. And then guide yourself back up to sitting. Good. Squeeze the block a little tighter. Chin to chest, round and curl. We're going to go a little bit deeper than we did before, perhaps to your waistline. Take a breath when you get there. If you need the use of your hands to pull you up, pull them up, or else let go of the hands and then roll yourself up. Inhale. Roll in front of the sitting bones when you get there. Exhale, chin to chest, round your spine. Come down, scoop out that belly. Go down to your waistline. Now stay here, head and shoulders are up. Flex your wrists so your fingers point up. Lift your head and shoulders a little higher. Create tension. Don't hold your breath, just hold your pose. And then if you can, lift your legs off the floor. I'm just going to adjust my mat a little bit so you can see a side angle better. Hold it there. Reach your heel of your hands towards the front of your mat. And then go back down a little bit. So just little pulses there. Right? So we're here, here, here. Then hold it up. Extend your legs in the air. This is where you might have to adjust your block. And reach your arms for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Bring your hands behind your head. Keep your chin away from your collarbones. Take your left elbow to your right knee, right arm down. Come back to center now. Exhale, twist over. Come back to center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. One more time. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center, last side. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Lift your head and shoulders back up. Bend your knees. Place the feet on the floor. And lower your head to the mat. Let your knees just knock against the ball, the ball or the rock. Inhale. Fill up. Exhale. Let go. Good. Inhale. Shoulders and arms press down to the floor. Tilt your pelvis so your pubic bone points up, and then lift your hips up into your bridge. So pull your shoulder blades together and underneath, your palms together, toes point forward or maybe slightly pigeoned. Squeeze your outer, inner, middle glutes. Everything squeezed. Stay here with your hips, bring your arms up over your head. Reach your fingers up, pull your shoulder blades down, and then draw the arms all the way back over your head. I have something in the way. As you exhale, articulate your spine so your upper, mid, lower back goes down to the floor. Your arms are still outstretched. Inhale, tilt your pelvis and lift up into your high bridge. And now as you exhale, bring your arms forward, upper, mid, lower back down to the floor. One more time, all together now. Inhale, hips, arms, lift up. Exhale, upper, mid, lower back to the floor, arms down. Release your knees to center. Lift your legs up to take the block out. Place your feet on the block. So both feet on the block. If you don't have a block, you have the ball. If you don't have the ball, that's okay. You're on the floor. Tilt your pelvis. Lift your hips up one more time. This time, lift your right leg in the air. Press through that left glute. Maybe the toes are up, maybe not. One more breath. Keep your hips up as you lower the right leg, and then switch legs. Left leg up. Lift your glutes up. Push through the top of your shoulders, not so much your neck. Nice. Lower the right leg or the left leg, and do one more on each side. Hold it for the count of 3. Take the left leg up. Hold it for the count of 3. And then lower both feet down to the block. Lift your hips up. And articulate your spine down. Hug your knees to your chest. Take a happy baby. Toes, outer foot, under your thighs, knees, rock side to side. Come on back to the center. Cross right knee all the way over left knee. Grab ankles, shins, or toes. Lengthen out your tailbone, so don't keep your hips off the floor. Just bring them down to the floor. Heels to the buttocks. Yeah. As you exhale, let your arms open to the side. Move your knees to the left and twist to the right, or gaze to the right. Uncross your top leg. Come back to center. Hug both knees to your chest. Left leg crosses over right once or twice. Open up your arms, move your hips to the left, knees to the right, and gaze to your left side. Just let go. Uncross the leg. Come back to center. Round everything up to your center. Now, take your block. Lay down on the floor. Lift your hips up. Find any height to the block right now. And we're going to come and place it underneath our sacrum. Take a big breath in. So you can stay right here. Or perhaps you want to extend the legs out. So whatever height you're on is going to still give you some release here in your hips. If you're on the highest height, it's going to feel very different than on the lowest height, but it's still the same effect. If it's too much, it's too much. You drop it down. We have 3 heights to the block. So for my friends who sit down a lot all day, for whatever business you're in, or you're in a car a lot, stretch the front muscles here and let go. Bend your knees, place your feet on the floor. Lift your hips up, remove the block. Articulate your spine down, and draw your knees back up to your chest. more time. Take that happy baby. Rock side to side. And then hug your knees to your chest. If you're ready for your Shavasana, come onto your back, lay down, close your eyes, and just release. If you have any other pose you'd like to do, a headstand, a handstand, pigeon, anything that you feel is speaking to you right now. And make your way into your final Shavasana when you're ready. Close your eyes, let your body release. This is a golden opportunity for someone to do nothing. Whether it's the beginning of the day, the middle of the day, the end of the day, these few moments that we have in this peaceful pose can set the tone for the rest of that day. So let it sink into you. Let go. If you have the luxury of staying all day, turn me off and just stay there. And if you have to make your way back up to some reality, start to move your fingers and toes and start to deepen your breath. Hug your knees to your chest, roll to your right side. Gently return to a comfortable seat, bring your hands together at the heart center. Thank you for sharing this morning with me. Thank you for sharing most of my mornings with me. I'm so grateful. Om Shanti, 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 Om peace, peace, peace to all. And let's just honor each other live or virtually for the beauty, the peace, the light within. Namaste, Satham. Go in peace. Peace, power, and Pilates and yoga. Have a great day. Stay home, stay fit, stay healthy.